The Padres come home, and it's the Minnesota Twins that they will host for 2 games. Interleague series, Minnesota 21-21 on the year, and the Padres 3 games under 500. As we welcome you to Petco Park on a beautiful Tuesday night, the Padres back home, and Joe Mauer is here with the Twins. His .324 career batting average, best of anyone active in the major leagues today. And for the Padres, Cabrera, no, it's not Miguel Cabrera, it's Everett Cabrera hitting the home runs. 2 on the recent road trip and a dramatic 9th-inning home run Sunday in Colorado that almost gave the Padres a chance to come home 4-2. And good evening, everyone, and welcome to action as the Padres will host Minnesota 2 and the Cubs for 4. Sitting in for Mark Grant is Mark Sweeney. It's nice what they do, a guy with no hair, and his name is Mark. How could I go wrong? Well, how can the Padres go wrong when we talk about Seth Smith?
Well, what an acquisition for Seth Smith and the Padres. He has been a model of consistency. You look at his power stroke, and he pulls his hands in, gets the barrel to the baseball. He has really put an example out there for the San Diego Padre offense. Against left-handers, he's been more consistent, and you can see going back to Colorado, where he played 5 years in that uniform, he hits a home run. Very consistent approach by Seth Smith, and he looks very comfortable. Hopefully some other guys can follow suit.
His .440 average here in May. He's a top candidate for the Player of the Month in the National League. Padres going to face a former friend. 2 years he was on the mound for the San Diego Padres from Point Loma, part of that Correa Portuguese fishing family, but he's not catching many big ones this year. He's had a rough go.
Yeah, and he's not catching the corners or early strikes. That's been the struggle for Kevin Correa, getting into too many hitters' counts, and they are capitalizing on it. You can see the Boston Red Sox hitting gaps and also big home runs. That is going to be the difference to see and watch. If Kevin Correa can get ahead today, the Padres have to capitalize early in the game. His confidence is definitely at an all-time low.
That .328 batting average that he has allowed opposing hitters is the most generous of any pitcher that qualifies in the major leagues. Well, big news today, and we've been hanging on the outcome of an MRI. Andrew Kastner has gone through that test, and we're going to get the results from Chris Button when we return.
to start today is Ian Kennedy. Speaking of starting pitchers, Andrew Kashner got the results of his MRI yesterday. It revealed some soreness and irritation. So right now, he's just resting and rehabilitating. No timetable right now. Buddy Black said he will not touch a baseball until at least Saturday. That's when they hope that he can play catch. Kashner said, it's not painful. It's more of just some discomfort, but I wanted to go get it checked out now before I made things any worse. Buddy Black says he's optimistic with the results.
The MRI and the scans that Cash went through yesterday show some action in the joint, some edema around the ligament, the muscles, like any pitcher. If they're to get MRI, it'll show some, bleeding, which all pitchers have when they throw a baseball. I think that. All in all, the findings were good.
So we will wait and see how he is after a couple days of rest. Meanwhile, Twins in town for a pair of games. What can the Padres do to topple the Twins? We got first pitch coming up on Fox Sports San Diego.
As one of the game's very best, 3 times an American League batting champ, Maurer leads the 21-21 Twins into Petco tonight. He's Seth Smith, a torrid .440 hitter in the month of May, fresh from back-to-back home run games in Colorado. The Padres have won 6 of their last 9. The young Twins look to move above 500 on the season. Minnesota, San Diego, first of a 2-game series coming up. And a beautiful San Diego night to welcome the Padres back home, and it's also First Responders Night, and how appropriate that is as the Padres salute the men and women who responded first and so elegantly and bravely in the rash of fires that we encountered last week. So we'll be cheering them throughout the night and throughout the rest of the year. As we look at the Minnesota Twins batting order, Ron Gardenhire has them hitting this way. It's brought to you by Mattress Discounters. Ryan Dozier, the big surprise, the second baseman, with 11 home runs out of that leadoff spot. Then Joe Mauer, Trevor Plouffe, Chris Parmelee is the right fielder hitting cleanup. Kurt Suzuki, remember him with the Nationals and with the Oakland A's, the catcher, and hitting over 300. Jason Kubel back in Minnesota after a stint in Arizona. Eduardo Escobar, the young shortstop, Aaron Hicks in center field, and former Padre Kevin Correa on the mound.
Well, Dick, the scouting report for Ian Kennedy tonight. Velocity on the fastball. When he's been up on velocity, he has dominated lineups. Also assumed the ace role. Andrew Cashner going down the disabled list. He's been an ace before for the Diamondbacks. Tonight he has to take that on his shoulders.
First pitch, and we're underway, and it's a strike to Dozier, 27-year-old from Itawamba Agricultural High School in Mississippi. Hitting .257, but holding some interesting heavy hitting marks for a leadoff man. He grounds it out to Headley. One away as we check the Padres defense, brought to you by the Romco Mortgage Group. And here's how they line up tonight. Smith in left, Venable in center, and Denorfia in right field. Around the horn, Headley, Cabrera, Jerko, and Alonso, the usual four. Grandal behind the plate for the former USC All-America Ian Kennedy. Kennedy looking for his third win of the year. He's pitched much better than his 2.5 record. 3.60 ERA. This is Joe Mauer. In for a strike. Mauer, 31 years of age now, a local hero. He was an all-stater in 3 sports, football, basketball, and baseball in St. Paul, and signed as the #1 pick by Minnesota in baseball. Another strike.
Well, you could see the outfield shifted over, especially you could see the center fielder here, Will Venable. They'll shift over to that left side. That's where Joe Mauer wants to hit most balls. He stays to the middle of the field, opposite field for his stroke.
Bounces in the breaking ball, 1-2. Ron Gardenhauer, 13th year as the skipper of the Twins. Over 1,000 wins for the former University of Texas All-America as a shortstop. To left field and hit well, slicing in the corner. Smith a long run, and he gets there in time. Running out of room as the distance decreases from 357 to 336 in a hurry down in that left field slot.
Well, so much to love about Joe Mauer's swing, and we talked about going the other way. Well, this pitch is off the plate, and it's clicked a little bit. You can take a look at Seth Smith. Nice break on this ball. Takes a little look at where he is, and that being comfortable out in left field for Seth Smith with all that playing time. Looks very comfortable out there.
And that brings up third baseman Trevor Plouffe. 245 hitter on the year, 27-year-old from Southern California, went to Crespi High School up in LA. #1 draft pick of the Twins in 2004. 27 RBIs for Plouffe, just a couple of home runs. Two and one the count. There are his numbers on the season. Somewhat surprising when you go through the order of the Twins. You expect more home runs in the lineup. They're not a home run hitting team.
Well, surprisingly that Brian Dozier has the 11 home runs from the leadoff spot.
Then it's 2 home runs for Mauer, 2 for this guy. Parmalee with 2 of the cleanup hitter. Suzuki with 1. Kubel with 1. Escobar with 1.
Well, if you've seen Target Field, where they're going to have the All-Star game this summer, big field, noticeably different. You can see it affects Joe Mauer with that type of swing, left field. You see Jason Kubel getting ready, the former Diamondback, and also coming back to the Twins.
Line to right, giving ground to Norfia, and it's a 1-2-3 inning for Ian Kennedy. Coming up, Denorfia, Cabrera, and Seth Smith. Is he the National League Player of the Month?
And that ball is drilled to right field.
go to the bottom of the first inning, and Bud Black has his lineup set up. It's brought to you by Toyota. Denorfia leading off. Cabrera hit second. Seth Smith in that third slot. Then Chase Headley cleanup. Will Venable. Jed Jerko leading the team with 20 RBIs. Yonder Alonso got his bat alive on the road trip. Yasmani Grandal behind the plate, and then Kennedy. Against Kevin Correa, the 33-year-old veteran. Went to Grossmont High School here in San Diego. Cal Poly San Luis Obispo. His first pitch in there to Denorfia.
Let's take a look at the scouting report by Kevin Correa, and you can see too many hitters counts for Kevin Correa. That's the reason why you see the record, and confidence is a low. Very important for Kevin Correa, the former Padre.
Lays in another at 91. 0-2 the count. His last two starts, Correa has been shell-shocked, giving up 17 hits in 8 1/3 innings, 3 home runs. So Chris Denorfia has Correa right where he wants him.
Two
Two strikes. That's right. 2-strike hitter, 329 lifetime. Lays off 2-2. That was the cutter. Mark Wagner there at first base, the umpire.
For Kevin Correa, fastball, cutter, curveball, and also changeup.
Strikes him out. Denorfia goes down swinging on a cutter. And a look at the Twins defense tonight, brought to you by Honda. Kubel, Hicks, and Parmalee left to right in the outfield. Plouffe and Maurer at the corners. Up the middle, it's Escobar and Dozier. Suzuki behind the plate, and Correa on the mound. Joe Mauer, now his job is first base. He'll not be a catcher. Took a beating back there, and although Mauer is still a relatively young guy, 30 years of age, they want to prolong his hitting career, so he's going to be their first baseman. Cabrera takes a strike.
I think that's a good move for the Minnesota Twins, putting Joe Mauer over at first base and preserving that. He's in there to hit, get on base. Took a beating in the behind the plate. Ron Gardenhire knows how important it is to have him in the lineup on a consistency level.
Still learning his craft over there at first base, although he saw duty on occasions. They would give him a break from behind the plate in past years and put him on the bag at first. 2-1 to Cabrera. A changeup from Correa. Well, first responders night, and we had many representatives here before the game for the national anthem to be saluted by this crowd. And around our San Diego County, you can just hear folks standing and giving them an ovation for the work well done. Up the middle, and Dozier there to field and throw out Cabrera. 2 away. Well, the Padres in the last 10 are 6-4. They're 6-3 in the last 9 on the season. One game over 500 here at home. Seth Smith loves playing at Petco. Tyson Ross is the leader with 5 wins, and Houston Street a perfect 13 for 13 in the save department. Shift is on for Smith. It hasn't bothered him much, has it?
3 guys on the right side. Tend to put the third baseman over there, leave the shortstop where he is, and that's a preference for every individual team.
Correa getting that first pitch strike, as he did with Denorfia and Cabrera. 333 among the league leaders. Seth Smith tied with Jerko with 5 home runs in that department.
You can see Suzuki sitting inside on that little slider. That's the reason why they shift. If you have a control pitcher, it's easy to shift and go to those analytical stats. If you don't have a guy that spots his fastball or his pitches, very difficult to go into those shifts. 2-1,
and something we don't talk enough about, Mark Sweeney, is the fact that Smith has a terrific idea of the strike zone. He's walked 20 times.
Yeah, I think if you look at the body of work, the consistency of his at-bats and staying with his plan, also driving the baseball, but he's hit to all fields, not necessarily pulling it.
Checks his swing and does not go, says third base umpire Chris Siegel.
But what happens with that, Dick, is if they're going in the shift, because if he does pull it on the ground, he typically goes to that right side. So he holds up.
So the first 3-1 count from Correa. 2 outs, bases empty here in the first. Pulled right at Mauer, a couple hops, and he'll take it to the bag himself as Kevin Correa works a solid 1-2-3 first inning. No scores. We move on at Petco. Back east, over to the Twin Cities. They're thawing out from a vicious winter. Here's a look at the season for Ron Gardenhire. They're 6-4 in the last 10, on the road 10-12. Dozier having a sensational season, the leadoff man. Phil Hughes is their leading winner, 4 wins for the former Yankee. We'll see him tomorrow night.
11 home runs from the second base position. It's got to feel good for him and making the adjustments.
And no one else in the lineup with more than 2. This is Parmalee, the right fielder. High drive to center field. That's hit well. Venable to the wall and gone. Well, we spoke too soon. Parmalee has just hit his 3rd home run of the season, and the Twins score first. Number 3 for Parmalee to deep center field.
In the middle of the order, and you look at this location, the fastball down, and you can take a nice look at how he uses his lower half to get the barrel to the baseball. Good carry on this ball. And I think that's the power position. If you have to hit him, you hit him here to center field. But what a story by Parmalee, a guy that got designated and then stayed with the team and made some adjustments down at AAA. He's back swinging the bat as well as they've ever seen him.
And he's got some fans here. He went to high school up in Chino and born in Long Beach. A lot of these Twins have connections with Southern California. They got a fan base here, as you could hear on the home run. Kurt Suzuki attended Cal State Fullerton. Ground ball to Headley for the first out. Back to the home run swing, Mark.
Well, if you take a look at this lower half, watch how this lower half works. With this backside down through the ground, and you can see the barrel follows. Palm up, palm down, that Tony Gwynn always talks about, and that carry, the backspin on the baseball. Nice swing.
And his nose right on the angle of the bat, looking right down the barrel of the bat.
You track the ball with your eyes. Yes, you see your head down, but those eyes, when you're locked in, that concentration level is right there.
When you think about tennis and Roger Federer, how many times you see the replay and his eyes are on the ball and he's already struck the ball and his eyes are still at the place where the contact was made. He's not looking down the court to see where it's going.
Very similar in baseball.
Swing and a miss by Kubel, the veteran left fielder. 264 lifetime average, back home in the Twin Cities. 139 career homers. Actually, with one this year, he has 140.
A nice curveball by Ian Kennedy. See the shift is on for the Padres.
Hadley moves over to the second base position, and Cabrera stays at shortstop.
Well, Dick, we touched on that a little earlier, and some teams will keep their shortstop there, and a lot of that has to do with the range and going side to side, moving forward. Everett Cabrera feels comfortable seeing the ball off the bat from that position.
Out of play, and when you move the shortstop over on the second base side, you're really changing two positions in terms of the double play. You've got a third baseman playing shortstop and a shortstop playing second base.
Yeah, in the Detroit series against the Cleveland Indians, Santana, the third baseman, had some uncomfortable turns at second base. He was trying to take those turns, and it is a preference.
And Kennedy thought he was squeezed on the last two pitches, and the count goes full. And he walked him. First walk of the night. Well, Saturday coming up, a full day of Major League Baseball action, beginning with the Rangers and the Tigers on Fox Sports 1. Then it's the season premiere of Baseball Night in America on Fox as the Cardinals battle the Reds. The Royals square off against the Angels, or you'll see the Nationals and the Pirates. Our MLB doubleheader begins Saturday at 12:30 here on the West Coast. Fox Sports 1 continues at 4 o'clock Pacific on Fox. A look at the American League Central. The Twins currently 6.5 behind Detroit.
Brad Ausmus and the Detroit Tigers, they are on fire. Just went into Boston and swept the Red Sox.
Eduardo Escobar, the 25-year-old shortstop. Hitting left-handed .383. He's got the best average of the Twins hitters, .349. That's a pretty good double play combination for Minnesota in terms of hitting prowess. Center fielder Venable falls off Smith and makes the play in left field. 2 out. Back to first goes Kubel, and here's the center fielder Aaron Hicks. Gardenhire can send up a whole parade of left-handed batters, can't he?
Yeah. This young man has got a story. I mean, they talk about this young man as the prize prospect, but had some recent conversations about motivating him to do the right things of work ethic and earn your keep up in the big leagues.
He's 24, from Long Beach. Went to Wilson High School up north. Getting just 161 from the left side, 250 right-handed. In for a strike.
Well, when you're coming into the game hitting 198, you're going to have some conversation. Since that conversation, he's hit 400. His at-bats have been much better. But you can't take it for granted that you're in the big leagues and you're just going to stay there. You have to perform at this level. It's about wins and losses, not developing.
And that's what those 4 levels of minor league, or even 5 levels of minor league baseball, are for development. Come up here, you're expected to produce.
Exactly right.
Good cut. 1-2. Pitcher Correa and deck, and of course interleague play, and the American League teams coming to a National League side. The pitchers will hit. Correa's used to that, having spent most of his career with the Giants, Padres, Pirates. He's had his hacks.
he's missing that curveball on the arm side a little bit, not finishing that pitch. It's a big pitch for Ian Kennedy to change speeds and have that fastball work off that breaking ball on the upper half.
And full count now to Hicks. You want to try to get Hicks out of the way and force Correa to lead off the next inning.
Still options here, though. The pitcher spot next. Still throw those off-speed pitches, as Bud Black understands. He needs a good start from Ian Kennedy.
Alonso now moves behind the runner, playing deeper at first. Kubel off with a pitch, and it's strike 3 call. He got him with a fastball. First strikeout of the night for Ian Kennedy, but the Twins take the early lead as Chris Parmelee homers his 3rd of the season to deep center field.
Beautiful but chilly night here in Petco Park. Carlos Quentin will take the next couple of days off as he recovers from a groin strain that he suffered in Denver. Good news, though, he will not go on the DL. Bud Black's hoping if he just gives him a couple days of rest that maybe it'll be like Seth Smith will be able to get out there with just a little bit time off. And you're kind of hoping also that maybe after he gets done with the injury that he'll put up the same kind of numbers that Seth Smith did when he got over his groin injury, right, Dick?
All right, Chris, but the negative side of that, not being on the DL, means that Bud Black is playing with 24, not with 25 in this series.
Yeah, that's tough.
You don't know where that one extra bat might erupt and win you a ball game.
Well, we saw the benefit from Carlos Quentin the other night with that big home run when the Rockies were getting close to that 1-run deficit. He put it out of reach.
Chase Headley leads off the second, followed by Venable and Jerko. 1-0 Correa and Minnesota. Headley has hit 3 of his 4 home runs from the left side. And the ground ball right at Mauer. Easy play for the first baseman, and that's 4 up, 4 down for Correa. Well, Kevin Correa here in his hometown San Diego for 2 seasons was 22 and 21, ERA at 4.5.
I got to credit the 10-year veteran because I was with him in the Giants uniform. He was a relief pitcher. He's made himself into a bona fide starter. The record doesn't indicate what he does for his staff. He's an innings eater, and he's taught himself to be a solid starter in the big leagues.
He's one of the many to benefit the coaching of Darren Balsley, isn't it?
Exactly right. He credits a lot of Darren Balsley, and why not? Because when you mesh well together as a coach and a player, that is always nice. But he's earned this contract in the Twins. Last year, talking to some of the people in Minnesota, their most consistent starter and truly an ace for them last year.
Yeah, he had 17 quality starts, more than anyone on the staff, although his record didn't reflect that. He was 9-13 overall. Changeup floats outside. 1-2 to Venable. A tick under 200 is Venable as we open play tonight. He's 4 for 9 against Correa. Previous meetings. Got him. Off speed. Curveball. Second strikeout, Correa. Well, it's time for the Saquon Casino Daycation statistic of the game. And we go back to the Padres 2009 season. And the man on the mound tonight from Minnesota was the leading strikeout maker ahead of Gaudin and Gregerson. 2 outs. Jed Jerko, the hitter. Tied in home runs with 5 and leading in RBIs with 20, and he hits this one high in the air into the right field corner, running out of room. The right fielder Kubel and makes the catch right at the wall. Make that Parmalee out there that made the play. So just another pound of bacon this morning, and Jerko would have tied it up. No score, and Brian Dozier leading the team. 11 home runs out of the leadoff spot. Will start things in the third. Thursday night as the Twins come up in the top of the third. Kevin Correa leads it off with Dozier and Mauer to foul. Correa's had plenty of chances to swing the stick. 283 official at bats while in the National League, hitting a robust 113. 1-1. And a look at the keys to the game brought to you by your Honda dealers of San Diego County. Mark.
Well, Dick, the Padres need early offense. We haven't seen it yet, but they need early offense against Kevin Correa, and also center to opposite field approach. That's what they want to do, especially early in this game. We've seen a lot of pulled ground balls today from the left-handers. See if they make that adjustment to the opposite field.
That's a point well taken. Cabrera pulled the ball. Smith pulled the ball. Headley pulled the ball. And Jerko went the other way and almost hit the Petco porch. Dozier on deck. Breaking ball fouled away by Correa. Tomorrow night, the second and final game of this abbreviated series. It'll be Tyson Ross going for win number 6 for the Padres against right-hander Phil Hughes. Has the best record of the Twins, 4-1. Right field, Denorfia cruises toward the line and squeezes the first out. And here's Dozier. Leads all Major League second basemen with 11 home runs and tied for first with 25 runs batted in. Hard to do when you're leading off. No one's on base.
Well, he also takes pitches. He has a lot of strikeouts, but you can see the power's there and the production from the first position. A little different in the American League. 9 hitters in the lineup, not the pitcher, but very strong start by Brian Dozier.
Well, he's an interesting late bloomer, is Dozier, who is now 27, because his minor league career, he didn't show that kind of power.
Well, some adjustments in your swing.
Another chance. No, Headley can't make the diving stop. And Dozier's aboard with a 1-out single. The second Minnesota base hit. That'll bring up Mauer.
You can see just the swing and staying back on that breaking ball just enough. He clips it out front. Just by Chase Headley's dive.
And that extends his hitting streak to 10 consecutive games. Where does Mauer hit the ball? Let's check our Southwest Airlines spray chart.
You can see middle of the field here, and left field we saw a deep drive to Seth Smith in his first at bat. He stays to the middle of the field. That's why that consistency is there with hits, not necessarily the power in his stroke.
No, he's not a home run hitter. He'll get maybe in a decent year 10 or 12.
Well, Dick, I think a lot of it has to do with that consistency and controlling the head. He stays on the ball. His consistency in the strike zone has a lot to do with it.
Big swing.
A good fastball by Ian Kennedy. That late life on that.
92 miles an hour.
Well, he can pitch up in the zone. He didn't locate this one. Got away with that. It was the velocity that he got away with.
Mauer has hit into 6 double plays, more than any Twin. And to keep an eye on Dozier, he has 12 stolen bases. That's the best for any Minnesota player. Isn't this interesting? Go back all the way to 1950. The best batting averages: Tony Gwynn, Ted Williams, Wade Boggs, Rod Carew, Joe Mauer.
Yeah, those names speak for themselves. As our good buddy Tony Gwynn leads the charge.
Of course, Ted Williams had many of his big years, including the 406 season in the 1940s. But nevertheless, can you imagine? Carew flirted with it, the 400 mark. So did Tony.
Yeah, magicians with a bat in their hands, of course.
Think we'll ever see a 400 hitter again?
I don't think we're going to see it. The pressures of the game, specialization of the bullpens. You can see the home runs have tailed off since they've changed venues from the Metrodome to Target Field.
1-2. Base hit to center field, just went down and got it. Dozier streaks to third, and the Twins have runners at the corners with 1 out here in the third.
You know what I marvel about with the hitters that have consistency is it's a commitment to hit over 300. He is not there yet, but handling the strike zone. And watch the location of this pitch. The changeup down, and knows how to control the barrel. He extends himself just a little bit and flips it over into the right center gap. Well, take a look at that head movement. Very little head movement right there, and the barrel is out front, flips it into the right center gap.
That looked a little like a Tony Gwynn swing, didn't it?
Yeah, they control the head, and they understand the vision is what really puts them into that strike zone. They command the strike zone.
So here's third baseman Trevor Plouffe with first and third occupied. He lined to right field his first time.
That wasn't a picture perfect swing, but understanding how to hit to all fields is very important.
But he took a good pitch from Kennedy and delivered a base hit.
Yeah, and that'll frustrate you as a pitcher. When you locate your changeup off-speed pitch, you're expected to get an out. That frustrates you.
Infield backs looking for two. And Kennedy falls behind Plouffe. 2-0. Base hit to center. Dozier can walk home. Mauer will pull up at second, and it's 2-0 on 3 consecutive Minnesota singles. Plouffe drives in his 28th of the year.
Now watch the location of the pitch, the changeup again. Just nice hitting, staying in the middle of the field. This ball's off the end of the bat, which breaks the bat, but staying to the middle of the field, keeping the barrel through the zone in RBI situations.
And that'll bring up Chris Parmelee, who hit a home run his first time up. Darren Balsley a brief visit in the mound with Kennedy. And the Twins have struck again here in the third. 2-0 and 2 on with 1 out to Parmelee.
Yeah, that visit by Darren Balsley, maybe just to get him back locked in. He's making his pitches, but the Twins have taken advantage of some pretty good swings. He's 1 pitch away.
Needs a ground ball here, get a chance to turn an ending double play. Here's his home run. Parmelee is 411 feet in the second inning, his third of the year. Mauer at second, Plouffe at first. No advance as Grandal blocks the ball in the dirt. Well, quite a day for fans in the Twin Cities. Not only are they looking forward to the All-Star game in July, but it was announced today that Minnesota, the Vikings, will host the Super Bowl in 2018.
That should be a warm one, don't you think?
I guess that new stadium will be covered. They're building
it is going to be covered. Yeah. It's going to be beautiful. And
they've torn down the old Metrodome, and they're going to build on that same site. And the Vikings are going to play over at the University of Minnesota the next 2 seasons. That is definitely outdoors. Yeah, that's the way they used to play it there in Viking country, out at the old Great Erector set in Bloomington. Two balls, 2 strikes, 2-0 Minnesota, 2 on. And that got him. So Parmelee on a ball spinning low and inside, hit by a pitch, and that'll load him up for Kurt Suzuki. Mauer to third, Plouffe to second. Parmelee joins him at first.
Well, the consistency of the breaking ball has been off tonight. You can see he hits that back leg with the breaking ball. Gets away from him. Now that back foot's anchored, so hard to get away from that.
Well, this now becomes a very serious early situation. Twins already have 2 bases loaded, only 1 out. And Suzuki the batter, 312 average.
26 RBIs coming into this plate appearance. Yeah, good fastball.
Loaded up with Twins. The only out of the inning, Kevin Correa flied out to start things here in the third. Singles by Dozier, Mauer, and Plouffe back to back to back for a run. And now the hit batsman partly to load him up. Grounded to third. Headley gets one there, then back across. Low throw and dug out by Alonso. Oh, that could have been dangerous. That ball missed by Alonso, and a couple of runs might have scored. Inning-ending double play with the doctor ordered. Headley wisely goes to third, and then Alonso picks it at first. Your photo using hashtag #SDFanPhoto, a chance to have it shown in an upcoming telecast brought to you by AT&T. Bottom third of the order for the Padres, Alonso, Grandal, and Kennedy against Correa. 2-0 Minnesota. Big double play to bail Kennedy out of the top half of the inning with only one run scoring.
Yeah, nice job by this guy, picking the ball out of the dirt.
You can see the bottom of the order hasn't produced much in terms of batting average. And hopefully as the weather warms, so will those averages heat up for San Diego. Alonso last 8 games hitting .344 with 4 doubles and a home run, as he's raised his average up just under 200.
Yeah, Dick, most times you'll give him the first month and everyone goes through some bad streaks. But now when you get into that second month and later on, you want to see a little more consistency and more adjustments made by the Padres.
Correa looking very sharp early on. He's retired all 6 men that he has faced.
He's also getting pitches off the plate. His consistency is starting to extend that plate a little bit.
Got a call on that last pitch from Mike Mchlinski.
Yeah, Mike Mchlinski, 15 years in the minor leagues. Now he's up in the big leagues. Congratulations. Persevering in the minor leagues. Why not? This game's great.
College degree at the University of Washington. His major was speech communication, and I guess he got A's on.
Yeah, he did. Great pipes.
2-2. Alonso trying to get something going here in the bottom of the third for the Padres.
Yeah, That's the pull swing, and I know he's got 2 strikes. That's the pull swing out around the pitch. I'd like to see Yonder stick to that left center gap. That's where his specialty comes from, even with 2 strikes. Ooh, cutter.
Full count. Coming out of spring training, it would have been totally wrong. I just thought Alonso had 300 written all over him, that he's going to have a big season. He still can, of course.
See that cutter in on the hands. Commit to that outer edge. You see all those pitches on our Nissan Fox tracks. And the cutter inside.
Broken back ground ball, and Mauer with another chance. 3-1 on the putout. As the barrel of the bat goes spinning into foul territory. That's 7 in a row retired by Correa. And again, a pull out for San Diego.
Let's take a look at this broken bat by Yonder Alonso. Tries to pull his hands in and gets in off of the barrel, and the barrel flies into the stands. Very dangerous going into the stands, especially those darker bats. You can't really see it off the. Not expecting a bat flying into the stands.
Switch hitting Grandal has had his home run success hitting from the left side, all 4 of his homers. Starting today, Correa, the most generous batting average against. Stolt second, another Twin, Nolasco third.
6.80 ERA coming in. He looks like he's settled into this game early.
Well, there's got to be some comfort in coming back to Petco. And he knows the environment, knows the mound.
You're exactly right. And also he stares down Darren Balsley, a pitching coach he feels familiar with. Maybe some of those keys that come into his mind that Darren Balsley and he worked with. Gets you into settling into that comfort level. Also, probably friends and family in the stands.
Yeah, he's got something to show off. Out of play. 1-2 to Grandal with Kennedy waiting his turn. 10-14 here at Petco. That includes his San Diego Padre record and his record as a Giant. I think he pitched once here with the Pirates.
Yeah, they can start eliminating that curveball. Has not been consistent out of the hands of Kevin Correa. The adjustments made. Those are some of the things that you watch. If you're on the bench, you've had a bat already, take that in. And the consistency of that curveball has not been there for Correa.
That's the cut fastball at 86 miles an hour. Two games here at Petco, interleague play, and then the Padres will pay the return visit to Minnesota and will play the Twins 2 games in early August. And coming up next over the weekend, a 4-game series. Rick Renteria back at Petco as the manager of the Chicago Cubs.
Well, I'm excited to see Rick. What a great opportunity that he has earned in the game. Through being a manager in the minor leagues, coming here, being a successful bench coach. Now the manager of the Chicago Cubs. Got a good ring to it.
Good man, really a good baseball man and just a good person. Out of play again. Grandal with a series of foul balls.
Let's see our Fox tracks by Nissan on the outer edge. See if he sets him up to have that cutter in on the hands.
Of foul balls, and here's the 9th pitch of this at bat. Hit well to left field, giving ground is Kubel, and is there on the warning pad to make the catch. Yeah, that's a couple of balls hit pretty well, but dying in that left field corner. Joe Mauer met with the same fate earlier in the game. So 2 outs as Kennedy comes up, and Correa is about to go through the batting order. 1, 2, 3, 9 for 9. Although he's facing the home run.
That's exactly right.
Ian Kennedy has a couple of hits, one of them a home run this year.
Kevin Correa is getting ahead of the Padre hitters tonight. A much different atmosphere for him. Last few starts, he's been getting into too many hitters counts.
There's that cutter again, 1-1 on his 41st pitch. And another cutter. Strike 3, and that's the 3rd strikeout for Correa. He's gone through the order. 9 up, 9 down. It'll be Kubel leading off for the Twins, top of the 4th. Three innings with the Twins leading 2-0. Solo home run to center field by cleanup hitter Chris Parmelee, his 3rd of the year, and 3 consecutive singles. Dozier, Mauer, and Plouffe deliver another run in the 3rd. Padres without a base hit going to the 4th inning, and Kennedy will face Kubel, Escobar, and Hicks. 6, 7, and 8 in the Minnesota order. Mark Sweeney in the booth with Mark Grant getting a couple of well-earned days off, and Mark Loretta out with Mike in the Southwest broadcast. Well, is that the studio out there? I guess, yeah. That's
well, the Southwest, I think, is indoors, and we're going to fly down. But we have Mark Loretta next to the dugout. And Mark, what do you see down there? Good view, and welcome back.
It is, Sweens. Thank you very much. Nice to be back. First one of the year for me. How's everything going?
Everything's great. We just need some runs from the Pods.
We certainly do. Yeah, we got to stop rolling over the ball here, Swain, a little bit.
1 ball, 1 strike to Kubel, who walked his first time up. That's a good-looking pitch there. 90 on the fastball.
And Mark, I wanted to ask you too. You see the defensive shift here, and you see with the Chase Headley going over on the second base side, you didn't have to do too many of those defensive shifts. But what do you think about putting the third baseman over there?
I think it's good to put the third baseman over there and keep the shortstop in his normal position. If the ball does happen to be hit to the left side of the infield, then you've got your natural shortstop who, supposedly has the best range and best arm. And that way you also keep the shortstop and second baseman in the double play combination.
Now, you played both the shortstop and second all over the infield, Mark. I mean, what's the hardest part of being out of position for these infielders?
For me, in the shifts, and you're right, we only shifted very rarely. Guys like Jim Thome, maybe Jose Canseco, some of the huge pull hitters, we would shift. But I remember, particularly when the second baseman or third baseman was out in the outfield, I never liked being beyond the cut of the grass, because when the ball comes over and hits that cut, you're never quite sure where it's going to go. It's a little bit tricky.
And another option for this alignment is for the third baseman to go all the way over and play it where Jerko is. Swinging and a miss, strike 3. And Kubel is out swinging, so that you keep the double play combination in order, and then you have your third baseman playing out in shallow right field.
Yeah, exactly right. You could see that velocity on Ian Kennedy just reaching back with 2 strikes as the infield shifts back to their normal spots.
I think a lot of things in this game, guys, the shifting is probably shifted way towards the overshift now. And I think once teams sort of get it out of their system, I think that you won't see quite as much. It'll kind of come back to where it was a little bit.
Putting a lot of trust in the pitchers and locating too, doesn't it?
It absolutely is.
Escobar with a modest 8-game hitting streak. Fly to center field his first at bat.
You're seeing some teams, guys, even shift pitch to pitch, which I think is a little extreme.
Yeah, I think it's overthinking a little bit, Dick. I think there's a lot of purists out there that understand it's all about trying to get more outs. And there's a lot of spray charts that you're seeing and a lot of information. But I think too much information sometimes is detrimental.
Yeah, that goes all the way back to the Cleveland Indians and Lou Boudreau using a shift against Ted Williams. And Williams, being a defiant sort of hitter anyway, he wasn't about to try to go to left field. late in his career, 38, 39, he might punch one that way. Went around. And that'll do it for Escobar. So Kennedy strikes out both Kubel and Escobar to open the 4th.
Yeah, the home plate umpire called that swing. Let's take a look at this velocity up in the strike zone. Watch the home plate umpire. Yes, he did. And he makes the call, pointing that he swung. Didn't need any help from the third base umpire.
Aaron Hicks struck out. Took a third strike in the second. Left field, Smith might have room out there. And no, it sails just over the railing into the crowd.
And you see Ian Kennedy this inning just picking up that intensity a little bit. And I like this. This is when Ian Kennedy locks in, and every pitcher wants to be locked in from pitch 1, but sometimes you get that little adjustment, maybe in the dugout, maybe something you feel on the mound. You can see that concentration levels right there.
Two outs, bases empty here in the 4th. Correa would be next. Popped out back of short. Smith coming in from left field to make the play. And it's a 1-2-3 inning for Ian Kennedy. Middle of the 4th. Padres will hit from the top of the order. Denorfia, Cabrera, and red hot Seth Smith coming up. By Buick. Visit your local Buick dealer or go to Buick.com. By Petco, the power of together. By Mercury Insurance. Mercury Insurance giving away Padre tickets. Learn more at mercuryinsurance.com/Padres. And by Southwest Airlines. Find Southwest Airlines fares online only at southwest.com. We're talking about the great hitters, and among the elite, Tony Gwynn, Hall of Famer. And that reminds us that coming up this weekend, the Hall of Fame ceremonies in Cooperstown. As Denorfia, the Padres facing Correa, the lineup for the second time. Let's see if they can find a way to manage a hit and some runs. Denorfia struck out swinging in the first. Again, a first pitch strike from Correa.
Mark Loretta down near the dugout. I wanted to ask you a similar approach that you had, that Chris Denorfia implements, staying inside the baseball but hitting to all fields. What do you see that you like about Chris Denorfia?
Yeah, you're right, Swains. There's a good example right there, staying inside a pitch even though it was foul. I think what Chris's mindset is I'm going to drive the ball hard through the middle and let the pitch dictate which way it's going to go with it. But there's a lot of hits, as you know, to the opposite field, and that's what I think these hitters need to do with Correa the second time through the lineup, is kind of flip the field. He's been pitching, particularly the righties, mostly away here. I'd like to see them drive the ball right center field.
Yeah, he froze him with a curveball, and that's the fourth strikeout for Correa.
He really hasn't had success with the breaking ball up to this pitch, and you can see Chris Denorfia jelly legs it and just freezes on this pitch. That looked like it got away from Kevin Correa, and it drops right into the strike zone.
10 straight batters retired by Correa. You wouldn't know this is a man with a 6.80 season ERA.
Yeah, 91 on the fastball, 72 on the curveball.
First pitch strike. Cabrera grounded to second his first time. There's that slow curveball, 1-1. Well, being a teammate of Tony Gwynn, Mark Loretta, what hitting tips, what did you take from his game that helped yours?
I tell you, Dick, unfortunately I never got to play with Tony. Mark did, but I spent a lot of time with him when I was here with the Padres, and I think the biggest thing I took away from Tony was to really try to take the emotions out of the at-bats. Tony used to say, if I can hit 7 to 8 balls hard out of 10, I know I'm going to get 3.5 hits. And I think that's what it comes down to. Take something positive, even if you hit a line drive and it's an out, that's a positive. That's giving you more of a chance on the the ratio working out.
Yeah, like Tony, that. Not 3 hits, but 3.5.
3.5. Yeah, that shows you the numbers.
I was happy with 3. He wanted 3 and maybe 3/4.
And it's funny, I was happy with 1 or 2.
Fly ball innocently struck to left field, and Kubel waits for it to come down. 2 away in the 4th.
Well, Dick, let's talk about the defensive shift for Seth Smith and watch how everything works. And we look at our Fox vision. 3 guys on the right side, and Plouffe, the third baseman, shifts over to the shortstop position. But you can see the distance away from Plouffe to the foul line, guarding against that hard ground ball, which goes to first base on his first attempt. And Joe Mauer takes an easy out at first. The defensive shift, more important in the game these days.
And the philosophy is if he hits a ball to left field, a single, who has won it? That's a high drive to center field. That's deep, but not long enough. Center fielder Hicks able to make the catch a step from the wall. Another long out, and Kevin Correa has been perfect through 4. And through 4 innings, it's the Twins 2 runs, 4 hits, no errors, and the Padres no runs, no hits, and no base runners. Top of the 5th, Correa, Dozier, and Mauer.
Yeah, watch out for this first pitch.
Meaning that he might take off on a fastball.
Those pitchers might just sell out on that first pitch fastball. They know they're going to get one. Probably wish he did.
Chases the breaking ball, 0-2. Consistently at 92 with the fastball. Is that one of your tips in the game? Is that fast enough, or you wanted even more velocity?
Well, he's seen the 90. You've seen the 94 too at times for Ian Kennedy. But what I love in the 92-mile-an-hour fastball to get Kevin Correa looking. He looks locked in. There's a lot to like about Ian Kennedy when he gets locked in. That's what you need.
Well, the Padres are currently the 3rd best ERA in all of baseball, behind Atlanta and Oakland, and there's the proof in the pudding. Cashner 2.35, Kennedy 3.60, 2.81 for Ross. Stoltz and Erlin. Chop to the left side, and Cabrera on the run. Takes care of Dozier.
Well, Dick, you see those starters, and I think what really sticks out to me when Andrew Cashner is down, step up and embrace that opportunity. Whoever gets that opportunity, just get after it. No one's going to feel sorry for yourself. Everyone goes through injuries in the major leagues. Yes, it is a big blow for all those guys. See Corey Lukey on the right, Eric Stultz on the left. Opportunities in the big leagues. You got to embrace it.
Joe Mauer deep out to left and a single to right. In case you're just joining us, the news on the MRI taken on the right elbow, the pitching elbow of Andrew Cashner, showed there was no structural damage, but there is some swelling, and the pain that he felt is obviously coming from that source. But they feel that he might be able to pick up a ball and throw on the weekend. But of course, is on the 15-day DL.
I love that Andrew Cashner's out there cheering his boys on. His attitude seems pretty good. That's what shows me that it could possibly be something just a short period of time. A good breaking ball by Ian Kennedy.
1 ball, 2 strikes to Mauer. Nice turnout here on a Tuesday night at Petco Park. Tomorrow night, 6:30 for our Fox Sports San Diego pregame show live. Tyson Ross against, it's going to be 5:30. Oh, it's a earlier game tomorrow.
Yeah, they snuck a different time in there.
Yeah, I'm glad it was noted. Line drive right field. Denorfia charges, makes the catch. Denorfia takes a base hit away from Mauer. Wrote instantly at the crack of the bat and able to make that sliding grab. Another good play by the Padre right fielder. 3 up, 3 down. The Twins in the 5th. Leading 2-0 behind Kevin Correa as we take time for the Southwest Airlines Military Spotlight. Old Glory and the California Golden Bear flag. Military Sunday coming up against the Cubs to close out this 1-week homestand. And they're going to give away those sunglasses.
Ooh, I love those.
Yeah, those are nice. I guess that's got
the knockarounds.
Yeah, they're very nice. It's going to be Brown weekend as Padres celebrate the 30th anniversary of the 1984 championship National League pennant. Headley backs away 2-0. It's Headley, Venable, and Jerko here in the bottom of the 5th inning. Yeah, some of the Brown in evidence already tonight. There's a pretty good pair of left-handed hitters, huh? Gwynn and Carew. I wonder if that's just by accident. They'd be sitting next to each other. 2-1 to Headley.
Going down to Mark Loretta, talking about Rod Carew, the hitting coach for the Brewers when we were over there. What do you think of Rod?
One of my favorite guys in the game, Sweens. You know him well also, but just a great guy, great hitting coach. Had a lot of fun with him over the years.
Yeah, great spirit, very hard worker.
Line drive into the right field corner, fair ball, and Headley's on his way for 2. As Parmalee digs it out, Headley cruises into second base with the first hit of the game for the Padres.
Put him in the stretch.
For the first time in the game, Correa is going to have to work from the stretch.
Yeah, watch Chase Headley pull his hands in. What a beautiful swing. Gets his foot down early and pulls his hands in to get the barrel to the baseball. Leadoff double. It puts Kevin Correa in the stretch.
Padres trailing 2-0. Trying to muster a rally here in the 5th after Correa had retired 12 in a row to start the game. Venable struck out swinging the first time and fouls that one away. Situational hitting now. You want a base hit. But at the very worst, we want to get Headley over to third.
Well, this is your responsibility as a hitter to hit the ball to the right side. You can still drive it. You're in an RBI situation. But it can be done on that side of the field.
Yeah, let's see if working from the stretch throws off the pitching rhythm of Kevin Correa, who was rock solid for 4 consecutive innings.
Well, this is also a pitcher that is lacking in confidence coming into this start. Seen some good things so far tonight.
2-1. With runners on base, he's been racked up. .395 batting average against. The base is empty, working from the stretch, 273. Without the stretch, full windup, 273.
You got to take advantage of that.
In the dirt, 3-1.
Oh, nice stop by Suzuki.
Jed Jerko waits his turn on deck. Venable can be selective now. 3-1 has the count in his favor. First base there open. He represents the tying run. Loop to left center. That's falling in a hurry and drops for a base hit. Headley will hold at third on the bloop single by Will Venable. The Padres have something brewing here in the 5th. First and third with no one out, and Jerko coming up.
See Will Venable with that leg kick, a little modification in his stance. He also goes down and gets that pitch. See that lower half working. That's when I thought Will Venable was at his best last year. His lower half was working very well, controlling that barrel through the baseball.
With a 2-0 lead, the Twins infield plays back. Jerko along out to right his first time. Backs him away. Ball 1.
Big RBI situation, Mark Loretta, for Jed Jerko, has been struggling offensively with numbers. What's he do here?
I think he's got to think about taking the ball right back up the middle swings, and if he comes in, pull it. If not, go the other way. But just Jed's got to try and relax and think about not doing too much. Just hit the ball where it's pitched. Let's get this run in here at a very minimum.
And the count in his favor, 2-0.
And you see the difference, Dick, as you mentioned. Correa was so good at first pitch strikes the first 4 innings. This inning he's been behind everybody, and it just gives the batter much more confidence ahead in the count as opposed to behind.
Yeah, that's a good point. Now you can look for something, and you could look for out over the plate.
Went for a lead. That's a 3-run swing.
Yeah, and that's the difference. And I think if you look at the Padres at bats, especially runners in scoring position, I don't think there's many pitchers that are going to just lay one in there for you. You see a lot of pull swings when they get in the hitter's counts. They're going to give it to you, take it.
Ground ball through the left side. That'll get Headley home. It's 2-1. As Jerko delivers his 21st run batted in of the season. Still no one out. Double, single, single to open the 5th inning for the Padres.
Let's take a look at how Kevin Correa attacks Jed Jerko up and in. That backs him off, and then the cutter that's out of the strike zone. Then he pulls off the pitch. Now the location of this pitch. Suzuki goes across his body. That's a mistake by Kevin Correa that Jed Jerko capitalizes on.
Rick Anderson, the pitching coach for the Twins, out to talk with Correa after coasting through 4 innings without allowing a base runner, in trouble here in the 5th.
Yeah, he pulls his hands in nicely there through the 5.5 hole. Listen, that's the adjustment. You look away and you react in. Perfect opportunity to pull the ball correctly.
With a run home, Headley. Tying run, Venable at second base. Jed Jerko at first base with his team leading 21st run batted in. And Yonder Alonso digs in. Last 9 games. Raising his average up, and he hits this one to right field. Back to the wall is Parmalee, and makes the catch against the wall. Both runners tag and advance. Alert base running. As moving to third is Venable, and Jerko to second as Alonso just missed. Ball not carrying well tonight at all.
Yeah, but what a great sequence of baseball. If you look at this play, Yonder Alonso puts a great swing on this pitch, but I love the fact he's getting his foot down early and a good drive with the lower half on a ball elevated in the strike zone. He thought he had it. It's not carrying tonight, but credit the base runners, both Will Venable and also Jed Jerko, tagging on the play and advancing into scoring position.
But first base now open. Yasmani Grandal, the hitter. Will they pitch to Grandal, or will they put him on and take their chances with Kennedy? Infield playing back. Up high, ball 1.
Well, if they're going to pitch around you, usually they're going to go away from you. So look for Yasmani Grandal to take this ball to left field if they make that mistake.
And he hits it to left field. Tagging is Venable. Kubel makes the catch. Here comes Venable, and the game is tied at 2. Grandal delivering his 13th run batted in, and the Padres are even with a 2-run 5th inning.
Yeah, it goes back to the base running of the Padres and executing for Yasmani Grandal. Just a sweet swing to left field. Doing your job, driving runs in with a sacrifice fly.
Headley leads it off with a double. Venable with a bloop single. Jerko an RBI ground single to left. Both runners move up on Alonso's deep fly to right, and we tie it up. And here's a ground ball through the middle into center field, and here comes Jerko, and the Padres take the lead 3-2 as Kennedy delivers his 3rd run batted in of the season.
Now, Dick, you gotta love this. This is baseball. This is when you capitalize on mistakes. The good sense of Jed Jerko tagging on that long fly ball yonder, Alonso, and Ian Kennedy coming up with a big hit up the middle. You can see the body language by Kevin Correa, not happy with his execution. But Ian Kennedy looking locked in after that home run he hit last homestand.
Right after that first pitch. So the Padres with a 4-hit inning have scored 3 times, and Kennedy gives San Diego the lead for the first time in tonight's play. They've broken loose here in the 5th inning. And Kennedy, the only Padre pitcher with more than 1 RBI, now has 3. And Denorfia the batter. He struck out both times.
Well, if you're Ian Kennedy, you got to watch out for a pitch in the dirt here. Concentration level for Kevin Correa is not here.
Fouled at the plate. Kevin Correa's performance, split personality, 4 innings perfect, not a base runner, and then here in the 5th, after a Headley double, things unravel.
Really shows how fragile you are in this game when things don't go your way, Dick. Those are the conversations in there. Ron Gardenhire and his staff.
Northview checks the swing, so some second guessers might have said, wait, runners at 2nd and 3rd. And why wouldn't you just walk Rondell, take your chances on Kennedy?
Yeah,
well, Kennedy can hurt you too.
I was surprised there. Still want to take an opportunity to try to get Ian Kennedy to bounce into that double play. They chose not to.
Fouled again by Denorfia.
That surprised you, Mark Loretta, pitching to Yasmani Grandal in that situation?
I was just going to say that, Sweens. I think maybe that's a little carryover from being in the American League. You forget the pitchers on deck, but I don't think that was the case. But I'm with you. I don't pitch to Grandal there, or maybe I throw a couple balls to try and get him to chase and then put him on.
Yeah, that's a good point.
2-2 count on Denorfia, and he strikes out for the 3rd time tonight. That's out of character for Denorfia, but the Padres on 4 hits score 3. Headley got it started with a double. Blue Pit, Venable, Jerko RBI single, a sacrifice fly, and Kennedy takes the lead with a hit.
Responders Day here, and I'm here with Allison Ford. She was recently named Peace Officer of the Year. Congratulations on that. Tell us a little bit about what you did to earn that award.
Thank you. So right now I work at Western Division for San Diego Police Department, and I'm the probation liaison officer. And that means that I proactively team officers to go out and do probation sweeps and just basically check on the local probationers to make sure they're in compliance. So from that, it resulted in a lot of arrests and kind of evolved into working more with the community to target drug houses and gang houses. So all in all, in the last year, we've averaged about 22 arrests a week, and we were able to abate 8 local drug and nuisance problems.
Well, so a big year for you. You also met your husband out in the field as well.
I did, yes, and we actually just got married a few months ago.
Congratulations. Thank you, Allison, your husband, and everyone else out here that you do for San Diego. Dig and Mark?
That's right. Thank you, Chris, for that interview and the chance to meet Allison. Congratulations on both accounts.
Yeah, and thank you very much for your service, too. All those first responders out there, too. Can't say thank you enough.
Go to the top of the 6th inning, and Trevor Plouffe, RBI single the last time, lined out in the first inning. Padres with the lead, 3-2. And Kennedy knocking in the go-ahead run, and has retired 7 in a row as he works here in the top of the 6th. Two and two. Plouffe, then Parmalee and Suzuki for the Twins in the 6th. Full count. Went with a breaking pitch and it hung inside.
Now, such an important inning for Ian Kennedy. Just get the momentum back in that dugout. Darren Balsley knows the importance of this inning as well.
Line to right field, slicing away from Denorfia. Plouffe around first, going to go for 2. Denorfia's throw not in time. Leadoff double for the Twins' third baseman. He's got 2 hits tonight.
Plouffe is a doubles machine. He takes this ball on the outer edge, hits the ball where it's pitched.
That's his 18th double. He leads the American League.
What a nice approach. You can see that, hear the sound on this bat. Nice job by Chris Denorfia making that play even close.
So the tying run in scoring position. No one out here in the 6th, and Parmalee, the home run hitter, steps in. Hit a home run and then was hit by a pitch. .92 on the fastball. Kennedy a first pitch strike.
I've been impressed with the fastball and the location tonight. Couple instances that you got to credit Chris Parmalee on that first home run, but as a whole, his fastball location has been very good tonight.
As you saw, Parmalee without a base hit with a runner in scoring position. He's been blank this season, 0 for 9. Ground ball to first. That'll move the runner over as Alonso gets the unassisted putout. 1 away. Well, as promised earlier in the game, we have the AT fan photo for you. Tweet your photo to hashtag #SDFanPhoto for a chance to be shown in an upcoming telecast. Brought to you by AT&T. Amanda, thank you. Amanda and friend. Mostly Amanda.
Well, Mark Loretta down near the dugout. What's your impressions of Ian Kennedy down there?
I agree. I think he's been throwing well, Sweens. I really only given up 3 hard hit balls from my count, but I think the one thing he hasn't had is that good breaking ball. He's left a couple up in the zone. He had Plouffe set up 2-2 for it and left it inside.
Suzuki has grounded to third twice, once into an inning-ending double play with the bases loaded. A big moment in the game in the third.
Yeah.
Twins had scored their second run, 2-0, 1 out, bases loaded, and Kennedy got him to bounce into a 5-3 double play.
You can see Suzuki's numbers with runners in scoring position. Very impressive. He was brought over here for the catch and throw part.
Kennedy ahead on the count, 2 strikes, infield in, trying to cut off that tying run. Our Bill Howe play of the game, and here it is, bases loaded, 2-0 Minnesota in the third. And Suzuki grounds it to Headley, who goes to the bag for the force, and then across to first to Alonso, who made a great pickup.
Yeah, for you youngsters out there, where the ball takes you, that's where you go. And credit Chase Headley taking his momentum over to third base. Takes the easy out there, and a nice pick by Yonder Alonso at first base.
Well, it's true on the major league level, and it's true at little league level. You've got to anticipate. Ball comes to me, what am I going to do?
Exactly right.
And Headley said, hey, bases loaded. If he hits it to me and I have to go toward the bag, why go around the horn? I'll take the 5-3 double play. 1-2 to Suzuki. Tying run at third. One out. Went to the change.
That was a nice, good arm speed, good location.
93rd pitch of the night for Kennedy. Headley, Cabrera, Jerko, Alonso in tight. Struck him out. That's exactly what Kennedy was thinking. And comes up with his 5th strikeout. And the Twins aren't going to tie it on an out.
Guys, the last 2 fastballs of Kennedy's thrown, but 95 on the gun here at Petco. He really wanted that strikeout and reared back and reached back for a little extra.
Yeah, I love how he reaches back too, and it's not located very well, but you can see him reaching back. And Darren Balsey talks about him being a power pitcher. First inning 94, this inning 95. He looks locked in, Mark.
Yeah, I don't think we've seen 94, 95 out of Kennedy for several years. This is good to see.
Now with 2 outs, the infield can move back. Kubel has walked and struck out. Gets away from Grandal, and that'll tie the game. So the Twins are gifted a run on a wild pitch. Kluft scores from third. And we're tied at 3.
Well, this is a hard breaking ball, but I guarantee that Yasmani Grandal's upset himself. You want to anticipate that breaking ball in the dirt, give confidence to your pitcher. It's a little late on that one. Unfortunately, that ties the game.
So now with no one aboard, the infield will go into the shift with Headley moving over to the right side of the infield. 1-1 to Kubel. Yeah, you work hard, you strike out Suzuki with a man at third and 1 out. Things seem to be going well, and then you bounce it to give the Twins the run to tie it at 3. Late swing there, 2-2.
Well, I don't mind Ian Kennedy bouncing it, but if you're a catcher and you understand that's going to get that big strike, I'd anticipate it a little bit. Just know the situation in the game. If that's a pulled fastball in the dirt, not many catchers are going to block the fastball, but the breaking ball is a different story.
Struck out Kubel, but only after the wild pitch. It's got to be a disappointing moment for Kennedy, who's given the Padres the lead with an RBI single, but his wild pitch makes it even after 5.5. Padres baseball by Sequan Casino. Real friendly, real close. By Jack in the Box. Head to Jack in the Box and try the new Jack's Blazing Chicken Sandwich. And by the Aramco Group. Purchase, refinance, reverse. Visit us at aramco.biz. We go to the bottom of the 6th inning, and Everett Cabrera leads it off for the Padres against Kevin Correa. Game tied at 3. First time through the lineup, 9 up, 9 down with 3 strikeouts. Second time, 4 for 9, 3 singles and a double and 3 runs, all back in the 5th inning.
Yeah, nice adjustments, capitalizing on some mistakes that Correa has thrown.
1-1 to Cabrera, who is grounded to second and fly to left. Bunt foul. And that stayed fair. He had a chance, but kick foul.
That's a good idea by Everett Cabrera, just trying to create something. Showed bunt on the first pitch, and then that's a breaking ball. Gives the infielders a little bit of opportunity to get in there a little deeper. But I like it from Everett, creating offense, especially with that man behind you, Seth Smith, driving the baseball.
Twins breaking the tie, or getting back into the game in a tie game here in the 6th with a double by Plouffe, a ground out and a wild pitch. Padres attempting to answer. Breaking ball missing, 2-2. I didn't remember Correa taking that much off his curveball when he was with San Diego.
Well, I think the curveball is one of those big opportunities to change that velocity and change the eye level for hitters. He throws so many fastballs and cutters. Not really a difference on those pitches.
Slap foul.
The velocity is very similar. You see the cutter around 86 to 88. That fastball around 91, 92. That slow breaking ball will give that different look to hitters.
Outside, and Cabrera's worked the count to 3-2.
Oh man, could he hit? Paul Molitor. He was fun to watch play the game.
What a double play combination. Robin Yount and Paul Molitor. Right side. Scooped up by Dozier, and there's one away. Seth Smith comes up for the Padres. His number since May 3rd. Major league rankings now. First in all those categories. Doubles, triples, batting average, on base. How about a .978 slugging percentage?
Yeah, it's impressive, and his consistency has been impressive. And Mark Loretta down near the dugout, having that presence in the lineup and that consistency for all the others to watch has been very impressive for Smith.
Absolutely, Sweeney. It's been invaluable, particularly from a guy that, at least when he came over in spring training, he probably wasn't counted on to give you everyday at bats, but he's taken the opportunity and run with it.
Rounded out to first and just missed a deep drive to straightaway center field, caught within a step of the wall by Hicks the last time up.
Well, we've been around Seth Smith a little bit now and just watch that quiet intensity and the way he works. I love the way he handles the game. Yes, there's some drawbacks, especially when the offense isn't going very well, but you have to individually do your job, and he has done it in a tremendous way with that quiet intensity.
And he works the count to 3-0. As we mentioned, he leads all Padres in bases on balls with 20. Part of that terrific on-base percentage that he owns.
Yeah, there's a little discussion over there. Mark Loretta and the skipper, Bud Black. Got anything on mine?
All four.
I think he's just trying to switch up the luck a little bit here and get a different angle.
First walk allowed by Correa.
You know, I love that about Bud Black. And you have to change things up. And when you play so many games in the game of baseball, Bud Black understands changing things up and changing the atmosphere and
changing the lineup.
Yeah,
batting order.
He does that a lot, but also get some knowledge from Mark Loretta. Why not?
Well, in a group down here that cares very badly about each other, Bud Black cares as much as anybody about this club and how they do.
Chase Headley doubled to lead off the 5th inning, and Padres went on to score 3 runs and claim the lead 3-2. Ian Kennedy singled, driving in the 3rd run.
Yeah, Bud Black, the ultimate communicator in my estimation.
One and one.
You know, going back to Seth Smith real quick, guys, Sweens, I think you and I can be proud of a guy like that because we spend a lot of time on the bench, and we know that guys who are labeled as utility guys or 4th outfielders, they don't want to settle for that, and to come up and get an opportunity and put up the numbers he's done, very impressive.
Yeah, such a good point. You get limited opportunities, Dick, and you understand that those opportunities, you never think of yourself as a bench player. You want those opportunities in the big leagues, and Seth Smith has maximized his opportunity over in Oakland as a DH outfielder, and now playing a lot for the Padres and capitalizing.
3-1 to Headley. You saw Brian Dunsing getting loose in the Minnesota bullpen. And Headley has the count in his favor, 3-1, with Seth Smith at first here in the bottom of the 6th inning. 1 out, tied at 3. 90 pitches for Correa.
I think Ron Gardenhire has seen Kevin Correa the last inning in the stretch and was not comfortable with him executing pitches. That's the reason why you probably see Dunsing up.
Pulled foul, and the count runs full. Now all you fans will get a Padres brown retro jersey. The Padres and the Cubs Saturday night. And the knock-around sunglasses on Sunday. A big giveaway weekend against the Cubs.
Yeah, the brown out. Dave Winfield jersey.
Full count. Runner goes. Line drive. Right field corner is a foul ball. Just hook foul. As he flirts with back-to-back doubles. Smith back to first base. And that ball's fair with Smith running on the pitch. That might have brought him all the way around. Hasn't shaved since 1984. Ready for the brownout. Smith back to first. Headley awaits another 3-2 delivery from Correa. He goes. Struck him out. Throw to second base. Into center field. But Smith will hold his ground right there at second base. And for Seth Smith, gets up a little ouchy after that slide. That is his first stolen base of the year as we look at our Subway in-game box score. Hits coming in succession in the 5th inning. Headley doubles, singles, Venable, and Jerko. And then Kennedy with the RBI single that made it 3-2. 6 strikeouts now for Correa, but the goal score is out at second for Will Venable. Blooped a single to left and scored his last time. On the outside corner. Changeup.
Well, 2 out RBIs will kill you, especially the mental side of what Kevin Correa has gone through.
Outfield playing him deep in all 3 spots. Suzuki out to talk to his pitcher. Correa figures to bat third in the top of the 7th inning, so this may well be his last inning. Pitch count closing in on the century mark for Correa. Smith out at second, the tie-breaking run for the Padres. Right center field. Hicks is there. And that's it for the Padres in the 6th. We've completed 6 innings, tied at 3. And welcome back. Mark Sweeney joining us as Mark Grant has a couple of games off. Dick Enberg, Chris Budden, Mike Floretta, and Mike Pomerantz ready to give you all the scores and highlights, and another Emmy Award-winning post-game show standing by. As we go to the 7th inning, it'll be Escobar, Hicks, and then the pitcher's spot for Minnesota. Ian Kennedy has struck out 6 tonight, has not walked a batter. And he falls behind 2-0 to Escobar, who was flying to center and struck out. Bullpen is active.
Nick Vincent, Alex Torres getting ready.
Kennedy now 3-0 as he delivers his 102nd pitch of the night. The Twins' top hitter takes all the way, 3-1. And that's his second walk. Looking back, he did walk Kubel back in the 2nd inning. Not a good sign. Walked the leadoff man here in the 7th. The pitch count over 100 for Ian Kennedy. Fox Sports MLB insider Scott Miller has the injury and adjustments special column. And Andrew Kashner that'll debut tomorrow.
Yeah, it's been great to have Scott Miller. with us on our broadcast. He brings so much knowledge about the game of baseball and does wonderful work. So check out his stories.
Bunted in a good bunt. That's a tough play for Headley, and he gets him on a very close call as Hicks, almost colliding with Alonso, had to reach into the runner. Sacrifice good, but that very nearly a base hit as well for Aaron Hicks.
Yeah, nice play on both sides. And watch Chase Headley sees them square to the bunt and that barehanded play. A nice play by Yonder, keeping that left foot on the bag.
Well, that moves the tie breaking run into scoring position. And I think Hicks might have made it if he had run through the bag, but he saw Alonso leaning into the play and thought, oh, I better get myself out of the way. Almost took a false step to elude any collision. And Ron Gardner has asked the umpires to review the play. We'll take another look at it as we're in a review situation.
Mark Wagner, the crew chief, and also Andy Fletcher will head over and put the cans on.
Meanwhile, Gardner has a pinch hitter warming up. Yosmiel Pinto, catcher, has a bat, getting ready as we check out the play once again. It was close. He ducks out of the way and he slows down in the process. And hard to see from that angle whether Alonso kept his foot on the bag, but here we'll be able to tell.
Now, this is just a matrix move from Yonder Alonso, trying to stay out of harm's way, and
he's out.
And nice job by Yonder Alonso. Very tough play for the first baseman, especially the right-handed first baseman.
And Hicks really ran himself out because he slowed down to avoid any contact as the ball was thrown shy of the bag on the home plate side. As the call is confirmed, and there's one out. Nevertheless, with a walk and a sacrifice, the Twins have a man in scoring position here in the 7th inning as Pinto is introduced into the game.
Well, this young backstop has a lot of power in his bat. The consistency hasn't been there.
Second on the team in home runs with 6. Ball 1. That's in there.
Yeah, that located fastball on the outside edge. Oh, that's nice.
Change up. A little dive down and in. Caught the outside corner.
Yeah, that was in the other batter's box, and watch it come right back on the edge. Good job by Yasmani Grandal framing that on the edge. Beautiful.
Kennedy looks the runner back to second. Escobar.
Yeah, this is when you want to see Ian Kennedy just dig deep. He deserves a win in this outing. 3-3 at the moment. The 108 pitches, you understand this is the time when mistakes are made. He's got to lock it in.
Might be his last batter. Oops, another wild pitch, and on to third goes Escobar, and now the Twins can break the tie on and out. Walk, sacrifice, wild pitch. The wild pitch tied the game in the 6th inning.
Well, we've seen 2 breaking balls tonight not blocked by Yasmani Grandal. That was a difficult one over in the other batter's box as he does his best to get over there. But the one that tied the game And now that one putting in the runner only 90 feet away.
That forces the infield in. And a fly ball softly to right, but it's carrying well. Denorfia with a catch and the throw, but here comes Escobar, and the Twins, without the aid of a base hit here in the inning, have broken the tie. It's 4-3 as Pinto delivers a sacrifice fly. Yeah, the wild pitch factoring in the inning for the second time tonight. Leadoff walk, sacrifice, wild pitch, fly ball, and it's 4-3 Minnesota. Top of the order, and Brian Dozier. Good curveball. Oh, 0-2 changeup. Slicing into foul territory and out of play. And you see the power of Dozier there going the opposite way. That ball had a big carry. Kennedy has thrown as many as 117 pitches. It was the game at Washington when he went 7 innings.
I have to say, with Joe Mauer on deck, this is probably his last hitter. See if he digs deep and gets the gang in the dugout.
1-2. And another ball in the dirt. Full count. 115 pitches. Consistent. 23 pitches in the third inning. That was the inning where Minnesota had 3 consecutive hits and scored 1 run. Back up the middle and through into center field. Might have nicked Kennedy on the way. 2-out single. And here comes Bud Black to make a pitching change. So the Twins with a run in without the aid of a hit, and now with 2 outs. Dozier's base hit, his second of the night. And Bud Black goes to the pen. With the score, Twins 4, Padres 3. To make it 3-2 his favor, but then a wild pitch ties it. Leadoff walk and a wild pitch contribute to the lead here in the 7th. After 115 pitches, he's gone, and the pitching change brought to you by Drew Ford.
Now Alex Torres has done a nice job out of the pen in his last outing on the 18th of May at Colorado. 2 innings, 3 hits, 1 earned run.
Does that surprise you that he didn't bring in Nick Vincent to pitch to the right-handed hitting Marlin?
Well, I think
left-handed hitting Marlin.
Yeah, and I think Ian Kennedy had deserved that opportunity, and you could see Alex Torres coming in and facing Mauer. Mauer's taken some nice swings tonight, especially against Ian Kennedy.
He lined to right, a long out to left, and singled to right center. So Torres trying to get the final out here in the 7th.
Kirby Puckett, one of the Twins, he has missed. What a great spirit he had in the game, and unfortunately we lost him too early.
Torres making his 20th appearance for the Padres. 17 2/3 innings, only 13 hits allowed. Keep an eye on Dozier, the leading base stealer for the Twins.
Yeah, good situation for the Twins to run, and this is why Alex Torres has to control that running game with a step off, move over to first.
Big lead. It gets the pitcher's attention.
Yeah, a lot of times the pitchers will go over there if they want to work that first pitch breaking ball, give themselves some time. Breaking ball or a changeup for Alex Torres.
Deep and thought Kennedy, a tough night for him. Pitched well enough, but betrayed by a couple of wild pitches. Changeup.
Fox tracks by Southland Technology. That changeup catches the top of the zone.
You don't want to throw too many up there to Mauer.
Nice job by Alex Torres varying his times at first base, holding it and throwing that fastball away. A lot of things you have to do to control the running game. Got to be comfortable about varying your times. Also being able to throw all of your pitches, not just a fastball to control it.
One ball, 2 strikes. Twins 4 runs on only 6 hits. All 6 hits coming from the first 4 men in their batting order tonight. We watched Dozier with his lead a couple 3 hours before the game tonight. Dave Roberts out with both Cabrera and Venable working on their lead at first base. And measuring a little farther away, they felt they weren't taking a big enough lead, and showing them that 1 step and a dive, that's how far you can lead off, almost to the cut there. Line drive, and Smith there in left field to make the catch. Mauer hits the ball hard again, but 4 and out. But a run scored by the Twins. They lead 4-3.
I wanted to play another year of college, and and coming back that year, I realized it was the best decision I ever made, and just the maturity level, the things that I had to go through that year, and being a leader on the team, and kind of having other people look up to you and things like that. The little priceless things about character that you learn in that last year can carry you a long way. And
well, that's tonight on Fox Sports San Diego. You'll catch an all-new episode of SD Live featuring the Chargers' second-round draft pick, 50 overall, out of Georgia Tech. If his game is as articulate as his communication, they've got themselves a beauty.
Exactly
Jeremiah,
right.
I'll not pronounce his name correctly. I'll have to chew. And
God bless you.
We're getting so close there. And a line drive by Jerko to lead off the Padres' seventh inning as the Padres try to answer back, trailing 4-3. So stay tuned after Padres Live tonight on Fox Sports San Diego for a chance to meet that outstanding young man from Georgia Tech.
Well, Brian Dunston, the new pitcher, 4-pitch pitcher, fastball, changeup, slider, and curveball. That slider will be at the back foot of the righties, away to lefties, but everything is pretty much away when it comes to the other pitches.
Jerko greeting him with a base hit. He's 2 for 3 tonight. Tying run aboard for Yonder Alonso. Alonso, ground ball to first and a long out to right field. Sent Parmalee right to the wall to make a catch of his deep drive in the fifth inning.
Well, outfield's playing straight up, so this is Yonder's opportunity to go away with left on left.
Big gap in left center. That's his alley. So Kevin Correa goes 6 innings, allows 3 runs, 4 hits. All runs and hits came in the fifth inning. He walked 1 and struck out 6. A solid outing for the former Padre.
Yeah, he's got to feel happy with his success tonight. Looked very comfortable early in the game until the fifth inning for the Padres.
2-0 now to Alonso.
I think there's pitches that you adjust at bat to a bat right there. 2-0, getting in that pull situation for Yonder Alonso. You got to stick to your strengths. Yonder Alonso's strengths are to the opposite way. I'm not saying you don't pull it, but you got to pull it correctly.
Visits first base, holding Jerko close.
Yeah, I think in this situation, Dick, it's the fastball. You hit it to left center, and if it's elevated breaking ball, you can pull it into that hole. A lot of lefties will do that.
Well, as you see Nick Hundley with a bat, and presumably he'll hit for Torres, the pitcher. Swing and a miss. You realize how poor the timing is. You can't time injuries, but here you're playing an American League team, and you could use Carlos Quentin as a designated hitter.
Oh, it's a great point.
Well, actually not here at home. You can't. The pitchers hit here. I'm thinking on the road. But nevertheless, the Padres are a one-hitter shy as Bud Black plays with just 24 healthy men tonight. In the dirt. What good stop by Suzuki.
No, that was. Kurt Suzuki doing a nice job behind there, giving confidence to his pitchers. That's what he's brought over, his leadership. He has become that vocal leader in the clubhouse for the Twins. It's Joe Mauer's team, but sometimes you'll have vocal leaders that'll get in, and then free agent pickup. It's been a nice pickup for the Twins.
Big pitch here, 3-2 with a runner at first, no one out. Good cut. Alonso is grounded to first, and that deep fly ball to right. We're in the bottom of the seventh, fans. The Padres and the Twins opening a brief 2-game set before the Cubs come in Thursday night for 4. Ball 4. Padres have the tying and go-ahead scores aboard with no one out here in the seventh.
This copyrighted telecast is presented by the authority of the San Diego Padres. It may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the San Diego Padres.
Eat your heart out, Mark Grant. Most comeback wins in the National League. The Padres right there, only 2 behind Milwaukee.
Gotta love that. That sets the identity of a club, as you see Rod Gardenhire take the slow walk out to the pitching mound.
So with the Padres getting a single from Jerko to lead off and Alonso a walk, a pitching change for Minnesota. Making moment on MLB Whip Around, weeknights 7 o'clock Pacific time on Fox Sports 1 and streaming live on Fox Sports Go. Well, the Padres face a right-hander, Jared Burton, warming up. Hard throwing right-hander, but the good news for the Padres is he's been generous with the long ball. In 17 in the third innings, he's coughed up 4 home runs.
Jared Burton, fastball, changeup, slider, upwards to 93 on the fastball.
He'll face Cameron Maybin. It's going to bat for Yasmani Grandal.
A lot of options here for Bud Black. You could turn him loose on the first pitch. You could possibly lay that bunt down.
Maybe that's why he's in there, to move the runners up.
In on the corners for the Twins.
Big hole through that left side with third baseman Floof in on the grass and the shortstop Escobar playing behind the runner at second.
Yeah, you can see him trying to hold him loose, hold him close to second base. Shortstop pinching.
Yep, he is squaring to bunt, and the throw through to second base, and that was dangerously close. Had that been a good throw, Jerko was in trouble.
Oh, youngsters out there, you got to bunt strikes. Pitchers will try to throw elevated balls, so you pop that sacrifice up, and Suzuki tries to take that opportunity, tries to nab Jerko off the base.
No one out. Jerko the tying run at second. Alonso at first. Squares again and bunts it foul. Yeah, that's frustrating. You sent up there to sacrifice, and first 2 efforts weren't close.
Yeah, it's executing. Now Cameron Maybin has to lock in and put himself in an offensive situation. He has a conversation with third base coach Glenn Hoffman.
He's telling him whether or not they still want him to try to bunt, but after those first 2 tries, you figure he's got to be swinging away now.
You know, Tony La Russa would come up and make sure that you put the bunt down. That's what he sent you up there for, even with 2 strikes.
Well, let's see how Bud Black plays it. Third baseman Plouffe backs up a bit. He doesn't think he's going to bunt, and he isn't. Fly ball to center. Tagging is Jerko. Catch made by Hicks, and Jerko does not go. Throw was offline, but there's no way to anticipate that.
Now that's frustrating for the Padres and also Bud Black. See the frustration from Cameron Maben not executing.
So Nick Hundley will hit for Torres.
Now, Dick, that's the difference of winning baseball. You got to do the little things, and this team is not built around power, the big inning. You have to execute when you have that opportunity, especially late in games.
So Hundley steps in with 1 out and the tying run at second. Go ahead score at first. There are Nick's numbers on the season. He's been the busiest of the Padre pinch hitters. This is his 22nd at bat as a pinch hitter. He's 5 for 21 with 1 run batted in.
Well, it's time for Nick Hundley to pick up his teammate and also the rest of the bunch.
Padres leading the major league in pinch homers. That's one of my favorite expressions in the game of baseball. Picking up your teammate.
Yeah.
It's a nice lesson in life as well.
These guys are going to war together. It's a mentality of it.
You know, if Hundley comes through here now, everyone forgets it. Maben failed to sacrifice. That's picking up your teammates.
There's a lot of failure in this game and dealing with it, but you deal with it much easier when your teammate can pick you up.
Carlos Quentin unavailable tonight. They hope that he might be able to return on the weekend from the groin injury. Check swing. He went around. Mark Wagner hearing it from the fans. Changeup fooled Hundley.
Yes, he does.
One and 2 the count. Top of the order, Denorfia on deck.
These guys are unfamiliar with each other. That's the reason why Kurt Suzuki goes back out there, goes over the scouting report with his relievers. Interleague play.
Inside, Burton came up to the bigs through the Cincinnati organization and over to Minnesota 2 years ago. Product of Western Carolina University. He's 32 years of age. 2 balls, 2 strikes to Hundley with 2 on. And he pulls that one way foul off the facing of the dugout there on the third base side. A changeup. Benoit and Vincent, 2 right-handers, getting ready in case one of those will be called upon in the top of the 8th inning. Inside. Interesting pitch coming up. Full count. 2 on. Denorfia waiting his turn. Broken bat, fly ball, foul territory. The third baseman, Plouffe. 2 away.
Let's take a look at pitch by pitch to Nick Hundley. See that fastball in to try to speed him up a little bit. Fastball away, gets out of the strike zone. Then the check swing changeup. You see a lot of changeups. He works his way back into the count and gets that changeup in on the hands, breaks his bat, and a pop fly to the third baseman. A lot of frustration for the Padres.
The inning has been that. Started well with a single and a walk, but Maven, after failing to sacrifice, flied out, and now Hundley, another pinch hitter, fouls out, and Denorfia has had a bad night. 3 up and 3 strikeouts for Chris Denorfia. But one of the very best on the Padre roster with men in scoring position and 2 out.
That's what they need right now. They're looking for a big hit.
Look at that, 7 for 13 in this situation.
This is the guy I want up, even with the 3 strikeouts.
And he falls behind 0-2, but that's right into his strength. Not only runners in scoring position 2 out, but hitting with 2 strikes.
A lot of times with 2 strikes, he'll spread out, try to eliminate a lot of the extra movement in his swing. Play pepper with that baseball.
Turco with the leadoff single. He's the tying run out there at second base. Alonso at first.
What they do, Dick, when they spread their feet out, they eliminate that stride with their front foot. Try to give some timing aspects so they can see it longer.
Boy, that was close. Just a little inside. Changeup.
He's got a lot of late movement with that changeup. It's a high velocity changeup. Almost acts like a split.
Chop to third. The throw across by Plouffe. And the inning comes to a disappointing end. The Padres get the first 2 on, but can't come up with that 4th run.
Pomeranz working on Padres Live. The post-game show brought to you by Cox Communications. Running out of time a little bit here, Mark, but got to do what I think the team did in the 5th and do it in the 8th and 9th.
And that's the string hits together, Mike. You're right. That inning was classic execution. Chase Headley starting off with a double. Guys moving runners, getting runners in. That was a great inning, but it's been a well-pitched game on both sides, a well-played game on both sides. It's just the Padres need to come up with a couple more big hits.
Hopefully we get a little bit of offense here in the next couple of innings. When we see on the post-game show, we'll tell you, of course, everything that happens in the ball game tonight. We're going to have Buddy Black as well, our instructional tonight, how to apply the tag at second base. So coaches, you little leaguers, make sure you get a little time around the set. You check that out. And don't forget, a brand new SD Live coming up after the post-game show. And we'll give you a little snippet in Padres Live, the post-game show, about what you can expect. Hey, Chargers fans, this is one you definitely do not want to miss. So we'll see you after the final out. Dick and Mark.
All right, Mike and Mark. As we go to the top of the 8th inning, and Plouffe leads it off for Minnesota.
Mike does a great job on that show.
Nick Vincent, the new Padre pitcher, his 20th outing of the year. Plouffe with a double in the 6th inning and came around to score eventually on a wild pitch to tie the game at 3. He also has an RBI single and a line out to right. Two and one.
The two-seamer by Nick Vincent. That scouting report will say that cutter away, so you'll see a lot of hitters dive into that outside edge, especially the right-handers. There's that cutter.
Well, like all teams, once you have the lead after 7 innings, it's tough for the opposition to rally, and that's true of Minnesota so far in the year. They're 15-1, leading after 7. So the Padres going to have to play catch-up against a team that doesn't give up many leads, as Nick Hundley comes into the game after the pinch hitter and stays, replacing Grandal.
Well, you almost assume you're going to play close games here at Petco Park, and the Padres feel very comfortable in these situations. You would rather be ahead in these situations as well.
Gets Plouffe to chase, strike out Vincent. That'll bring up Chris Parmelee, who gave Minnesota the early lead in the 2nd inning with a leadoff home run over the center field wall.
Watch the action on this cutter. See the glove of Nick Hundley? Almost in that left-hander's batter's box. You don't pick up that spin on the cutter. That's what makes it difficult. It looks like that fastball spin. It's that hard slider action, just side to side.
There's the cutter for a strike. Parmelee with a home run, his 3rd of the year. Hit by a pitch in the 3rd and grounded out the last time. Changeup floats outside. Again, the time change. It's not a 7 o'clock game, but a 6 o'clock game tomorrow. 5:30 for Padres Live. It'll be Tyson Ross going for his 6th win of the year against Phil Hughes. 4-1 for Minnesota. Good matchup.
Yeah, good matchup. A lot of fastballs tomorrow night. And that power slider that we love about Tyson Ross.
2-2, the cutter in there. Well, a tip of the Padre cap to the Del Norte Nighthawks marching band played the national anthem tonight. Excellent job. 2-2. And Miss California, Cassandra Coons, threw out the first pitch, and she went right from the pitching rubber and fired a pretty good looking pitch right over the plate.
Yeah, solid arm. Stayed over the rubber. Extension. It's impressive.
The heck with those bathing suit contests. Just make them all go out and throw at a pitch. Make that the tiebreaker.
That's a talent competition.
That's
Why
right.
not?
Count remains at 2-2. Ooh, that shattered a bat.
That's Kitchen. He got in there.
Yeah, speaking of Miss California, here's Cassandra.
Stays over the rubber, and I mean, that's a good breaking ball.
Yeah.
12-6.
Enjoyed the experience.
So did Renee.
Yeah, it looks like Miss California going to be in the running for the big prize.
Yes, she is.
She's a beauty. 2-2. And Parmalee takes ball 3 as the count runs out.
See if he goes back to that backdoor cutter. He's been locating that very well to the left-handers.
Out of play. But on this date, we talked about Rod Carew earlier, May 20th, way back in 1970, Rod Carew with the Twins became the first Minnesota player to hit for the cycle. They've had 9 more since, which is appropriate, and that they've got 10. Padres still looking for their first man to hit for the cycle. Rod Carew, no surprise there, the first for Minnesota. Another foul. And speaking of Rod Carew, the man of many swings and many positions in the batter's box, and he could bunt for base hits and could steal you a base.
Yeah, he had so much talent with the bat in his hands. A lot of passion in the game, and I was around them. Surrounded with the Angels and also the Milwaukee Brewers as our hitting coach.
Fly ball shallow and left. Smith started back, now has to hustle in to make the catch. 2 away. That's a nice comparison. 2 of the best left-handed hitters I've seen in my time, Carew and Gwynn.
I have to agree with you. The talent, the consistency, in the bigger situations, the better both of those guys were.
7 batting titles for Carew, 8 for Tony Gwynn.
You know, it's interesting. I met Rod Carew as a minor leaguer with the Angels, the California Angels at the time, and he said that he paid a guy in the minor leagues to throw batting practice to him so he could bunt. That shows you the dedication of his craft. And
with a minor league salary, he's paying somebody to throw him deep.
Unbelievable.
That old practice makes perfect sometimes is much truer than you realize. 2-0 now to Suzuki, who has grounded out twice and struck out.
Also had a lot of fun in the game. He had a good balance. Those 3 hours when he was working, he was locked in.
That's in there. What amazed me in watching him when he was with the Twins and then with the Angels was that, I mean, one at bat he might be deep in the batter's box away from it. The next time he might be up tight to the. I mean, he was all over the batter's box.
Yeah, because he knew what he could do with his hands. And
that ball with the hands of Suzuki is deep to left field. Smith back, and is it out of here? No, it's off the top of the wall. And Suzuki keeps right on running because Venable didn't come over to field the ball, and he's going to slide at the plate with an inside the park homer. Well, whether they missed the call and left or not, the Padres outfield played that into an inside the park home run. Apparently, Smith and Venable thought it was a homer because neither hustled for the ball. And it's now 5-3. Well, that takes any drama out of whether or not that ball was clearly out or not.
Well, you see the effort by Seth Smith, and he's trying to measure it, goes up, and actually keeps this on the top of the wall.
But then he backed off from the ball afterwards.
And that's the frustrating thing. But as an other outfielder, you have to come in, and it actually hits over the top, and they're calling it a home run now. But
it was not signaled by any umpire as a home run.
Yeah, credit Kirk Suzuki for running around the bases.
Suzuki's second home run of the season. So it matters not whether the ball was ruled out or not. Suzuki took care of business and rounded the bases. But, you know, it must have been that Smith and Venable saw it. I mean, they were right on the play that the ball was actually over that 2-3 foot top of the wall.
Yeah, let's take a look at it again, and you can see Seth Smith with a good effort at the wall. And it bounces over and back in. But the call on the field from the second base umpire, Andy Fletcher, was it was not over the fence. What I was saying is the other outfielder, Will Venable in that case, has to help out the outfielder in that situation. You have to come underneath and help out. Let the umpires make that call, but you have to hustle at all times.
Kubel has struck out twice and walked. 1-1 the count, and he grounds it into the shift, and Jerko throws him out. But A big home run from catcher Kurt Suzuki, his second of the season, and that pads the Minnesota lead. It's now 5-3. Airlines. Find Southwest Airlines fares online only at southwest.com. By Petco, the power of together. And by your San Diego Lexus dealer. And a big home run by catcher Kurt Suzuki has given Minnesota a 5-3 lead as they bring in Casey Fien from the bullpen. Fien growing up in Orange County to the north, lives in Buena Park. Eduardo Escobar goes out to left field, so we must have a new shortstop there as well. We're still checking on that. Cabrera trying to get things going here in the 8th. He has grounded twice to second and fly to left. It's Eduardo Nunez, not Escobar, in left field. Nunez just recently signed, acquisition by the Twins during the course of the year. Kubel out. Ground ball, another ground ball to second. That's the third time tonight. Cabrera's gone that way, and he's 0 for 4. Fien has been tough to hit. Batting average against this year 186. Sean Smith grounded out, long out to center field, and a walk. Also stole his first base of the year.
Well, for Fien, the 4-seam fastball, also a cutter. Seems like everyone has a cutter tonight. Also a slurvy slider to go along with that.
There it is. Came up to the big leagues with the Tigers back in 2009, 2010, did Fien. Headley on deck. Over to Minnesota 2 years ago. That's the cutter.
Yeah, the backdoor cutter. Impressive location from Fien.
He started his collegiate career at a small college in Iowa, William Penn University, then transferred back here to Golden West College in Huntington Beach, and then on to Cal Poly San Luis Obispo. So the starter tonight, Kevin Correa from Cal Poly San Luis Obispo, and now here's Fien at the end of the game, and he strikes out Smith. Got him with a cutter. 2 outs here in the 8th. And Headley steps up. Headley with a double in 3 trips.
See that backdoor cutter and the movement. Got a strike on it earlier in the bat and expands the zone against Smith.
Headley doubled into the right field corner and then just missed another double the last time up and eventually struck out swinging. (5-3) Minnesota leading. Padres had a short-lived lead when Ian Kennedy capped a 3-run 5th inning to make it 3-2 San Diego. Twins tied it in the 6th and have added runs in the 7th and 8th for the 5-3 lead.
Yeah, you look at that 5th inning and they got the momentum back with that big inning against Correa. And then giving that run right back the following inning. That was the turning point in this game in my estimation. The Padres have to come back.
Yeah, the run scored on a wild pitch with 2 outs in that 6th inning to make it 4-3 or 3-3, and then they scored another run without the aid of a base hit, a leadoff walk, a sacrifice, a wild pitch, and another sacrifice fly. Good spot with the fastball. Venable on deck.
And Chase Headley didn't like that. That fastball away. Let's see the location of the fastball. Look down to me.
Just off the edge.
Fox tracks by Southland Technology, just off. You can see all of those pitches away from Chase Headley. Most of these relievers who don't want to lose the game down and in to left-handers, they'll pitch them away because of the big ballpark. Seen a lot of that from this Twins staff.
Well outside, full count. Headley trying to get on there and bring the tying run to the plate here in the 8th inning. And he gets the walk. That brings up Venable representing the tying run. Will has struck out, looped a single to left and scored in the 5th inning and fly to center.
Well, I'd like Will Venable to visit the Jack deck. Why not?
He did that so frequently last year in his 22 home run season, but has only one this year. Ball 1.
You see the leg kick by Will Venable. One of those minor adjustments. He's trying to just keep his weight back. See if it works for him.
.93 on the fastball. Twins starting tonight 6.5 behind Detroit in the American League Central, trying to nudge their way above 500. And Thiem comes back with another fastball strike.
Suzuki wants it up. Now you've seen a lot of that, and I think that's on the scouting report for Will Venable. Elevate with 2 strikes.
Hadley at first with a walk. 2 outs here in the bottom of the 8th. The Padres need 2 to tie.
Now you hear Bud Black always talking about how the league adjusts to you. There's Bud Black. Seen a lot of teams elevate with 2 strikes for Will Venable.
Strike 3 call. Venable caught looking. That's it for the Padres in the 8th. Running out of time. Twins lead by 2. The Honda dealers of San Diego County. And we talked about trailing 2-0 after 4 innings. Early offense just didn't click. They got the 3 runs in the 5th inning. And using the center of the field approach, sometimes yes, sometimes no.
Yeah, just the consistency of that approach. And it's having a plan at the plate and also executing that plan. But we haven't seen enough, and we see Kevin Quackenbush.
He's called up again for the 3rd time this year with the injury to Andrew Kashner on the DL. So Quackenbush, who is an outstanding relief pitcher in the minor league system and has been for 3-4 years now, getting another chance at the big league level. And around the majors today, Tanaka, well, he's paying back for the millions the Yankees dished for his services, but finally gets.
Can you believe this?
A loss hit the Cubs. Cliff Lee. Oh.
Elbow strain. How many
on.
times are we going to see this?
How about Chris Davis? A home run strain. 3 homers tonight and 5 RBIs in beating the Pirates. So Quackenbush to face Escobar, Hicks, and the pitcher's spot. Currently occupied by Nunez.
I just shake my head every time I hear an elbow strain in the game of baseball.
Lots of theories. One is that the way the game has changed with relief pitchers dominating from 7th inning on, that pitchers even on the minor league level don't build up arm strength. They're asked to pitch 4, 5, 6 innings. Another is that there's so many different pitches, different arm angles, different strains on the elbow. Yeah, I mean, in my lifetime, you come out to the ballpark, you saw fastball, curveball, maybe a changeup.
Yeah, seeing a lot of different words. We've talked about the cutter. There's so many different theories out there. What's right, what's wrong.
Swing and a miss, and down goes Escobar as Quackenbush has a strikeout.
You know, Dick, watching this young man in spring training really impressed me. I've seen some good things at the big league level, but that fastball command and being able to command in the strike zone.
Just 25 years of age. From Land O'Lakes, Florida. Well, the brain trust for the Padres there in the first base dugout. Looking ahead, they'll have Jerko Alonso and the pitcher's spot to hit in the bottom of the 9th inning. Hicks has struck out, flied out, and had a key sacrifice bunt to set up a run in the Minnesota 7th inning. 0-2, and his reputation, Quackenbush, is he'll pound the strike zone. Doesn't walk many.
He did a lot of closing in the minor leagues, and he has that mentality, which that's what I like. Not that he's going to close here. He's that strike thrower and understands how to throw that fastball down and away and elevate.
Excuse me, foul ball. That's a superstition. I don't know if he does it on every pitch. He likes to tap the rubber 3 times. That may be just when he comes out to start an inning. Not in this situation. Off the fist to Alonso. He'll take it to the bag himself. 2 away. And we hope you'll join us tomorrow here at the Bowl Yard. But if you're going to be home, earlier start, 5:30 for Fox Sports San Diego, the pregame show. Good matchup of right-handers. Tyson Ross 5-3 for the Padres. Phil Hughes, former Yankee, is 4-1 with Minnesota. Padres beat Hughes last year as a Yankee, and he's been very tough. And the best of the Minnesota starters thus far this year.
Yeah, he's been their ace to date now, and that's a good pickup. Ricky Nolasco, also a free agent signing, trying to bolster their starting staff.
Nunez batting for the first time. Double switch after the game an inning ago.
Eduardo Nunez coming from New York Yankees.
He's had just 26 at bats with Minnesota with 8 hits. One of those a home run. .92 on the fastball from Quackenbush.
I think that's the big difference of the American League and National League team. If you're a bench player in the American League, you can get stuffed on that bench and very difficult to stay in rhythm. You have to rely on.
Quackenbush handles that one and takes it right to the bag himself for 1 unassisted. A 1-through-3 inning for Quackenbush. Last call for the Padres. They're going to have to come up with a couple of runs against the ace reliever of the Twins, Glenn Perkins. Perkins, who led the team in saves a year ago with 36.
Yeah, 12 of 14 and heavily relied on his fastball. Pitch up to 94 miles an hour, 95 at times.
Like Joe Mauer, a native Minnesotan, Stillwater, Minnesota, and the University of Minnesota. So a golden gopher on the hill for the Minnesota Twins. last year, Perkins was 5th in the major leagues as a reliever in batting average against. He allowed only a 196 batting average opposing hitters. Jerko tried to get it started. He singled to lead off the 7th inning, and then Alonso followed with a walk. Looked promising for the Padres, but they failed to get a runner around. Jerko, the only Padre with more than 1 hit tonight. He's 2 for 3. RBI, 1-1. Rene Rivera with a bat in hand might be the pinch hitter if the Padres get a man on. Quackenbush due to hit 3rd in the inning. Twins pitching, shackling the Padres in every inning but one. Only a swing and a miss, and Jerko is gone. Slider gets him. 5 hits on the night, and 4 of them came in the 5th inning when the Padres scored their 3 runs. Perkins there with Greg Holland atop the American League save list. Been with the Twins a long time after signing as a 1st-round pick. High fly ball, right center field. It's deep. Hicks to the wall and makes the catch. Whoa, we've had a lot of balls driven deep, but captured on the warning path. That's twice Alonso's been denied on deep tries. As we check on our Carl Jr. star of the game tonight. Trevor Plouffe. RBI single and a double tonight.
Yeah, and he looked comfortable at the plate. Did a nice job with that first RBI using the middle of the field. And the doubles machine is 18th on the season. Only 2 home runs, 28 RBIs. But a doubles machine for the Twins.
Well, no local bias. I thought maybe our judges might give it to Kevin Correa, who dug his way out of a terrible start this year, a 6.80 ERA, and pitched 6 innings and stands to win tonight as Rivera, the pinch hitter, flies it down the right field line and foul. Rene with 3 home runs this year. That's his career best.
Well, he's benefited from some at-bats early in the season, obviously catching Cashner and Tyson Ross. But he's looked very comfortable in the batter's box. That's a good sign to see.
Home runs in back-to-back games. He homered in Cincinnati, and then his next start in Colorado, homered again. And another foul, and the Padres down to their last strike. Twins came in interleague play having swept the Padres each of the last 2 times, 3-game series, so 6 in a row. I'm trying to pin them to the mat again. Make it 7 straight. Slider in the dirt, 1-2. High fly ball to left. That's going to stay in the yard, and Nunez is under it. The Twins have won the opener of this 2-game set. Final score, Minnesota 5, San Diego 3. As we go to Mike Pomerantz.
Well, Dick, Mark, we got a great post-game show for you. Hope you'll hang around for it. We're going to talk about SD Live, which will follow the post-game show. It's all Chargers talk. You'll hear from Buddy Black, and we have a great instructional.